So summer is officially here in the Netherlands. And not for nothing, there are a couple of things that were kind of weird and shocked me, but also a lot that I've learned to love. Good morning, man. How you guys doing? Me? Look, I am Gucci. It is officially summer. And now look, not for nothing, it's hot, but it's not like crazy hot. You know what I mean? Like it's like a nice hot. Like it's just cool enough so that if you're in the shade, you Gucci. But then if you're in the sun, you will burn off your face. And now something that has stood out to me like right away that I've noticed during the summers was, now I have not seen it yet, but I'm telling you, every summer I see it, and that like every hot day, I can say literally every hot day, and that is, I've seen, and I think this is a bit of it's a bit much, but, and I know people will be like, what? Like, I'm not joking, okay? Look, y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but I have seen people leave like babies outside their house, like sleeping in their strollers, and I'm just like, And now look, I'm being dead serious. I'm being honest too. I don't know why people do this, but I have seen it like quite a few times, especially in the summer. Like maybe it's because it gets so hot, because I know a lot of these places don't have AC, you know, like I ain't got AC in my house, but maybe that's why. But yeah, it's like, I mean, would I leave my baby outside? No, but I have seen it. So that's another one that's like a bit of a trip that like really tripped me out when I first moved here. Now I see it, I'm just like, oh, okay. I mean, I still like get a little shocked by it or thrown by it, but yeah, I mean, let me know if that's normal. Like, I don't know, but I would love to know. I'm learning every day, so I'm just trying to figure things out. And actually, let me show you guys a little bit of Haarlem while we go through all these these summer shocks. It is just super nice to see, like for real, a lot of, I mean, people are already outside like crazy here during just throughout the year, but during the summer, the place just comes alive. Like it is crazy, because that is one of the things that really, really stood out to me the first time I moved here. And even to this day, I still get like blown away at how many people go outside, especially kids. A lot of kids are outside. I mean, look, I literally go back to the States at least twice a year, and it is not the same. LA, Florida, yeah, even Michigan, a lot of people don't be outside like that. That's why it's so nice. And what's so funny is that I do see a lot of people saying the same thing. People do not go outside like that, especially not anymore. It seems like it's getting worse and worse. I mean, just hanging out. Like here, it's just like people just hang out. And that's so nice to see, because it does bring me back to when I was a kid and everyone did go outside. Oh man, like not for nothing, I would love to live right here. Whoa, man, I would love to live right there. Also, quick side note, one of the best things to do, like on like some of the hottest days, is just go chill by the water. It is so much cooler near the water. Like it is amazing. So yeah, if you are here, if you ever come visit, go and just sit down, sit on a corner, and just have a drink or something by the water, or even picnic by the water. It's like, it's super nice. So yeah, highly recommend. Side note, dang, I'm like hearing myself talking. I feel like I'm European. I mean, man, I am definitely getting this European lifestyle down. Just call me young Euro. And now something that's amazing that I noticed too, especially in the summer, and you'll notice it a lot more in the summer, even though it's like year round, but I have noticed that the older people are extremely mobile. It is unbelievable to see. Like matter of fact, there is a cafe that I go to often to work here in Haarlem. I go there, I sit down, chill, and work. There is a guy that comes in this cafe every day. He looks like he has to be at least 85. Like, he comes in every day, grabs the paper, walks up these stairs. He's like super slow with it. I mean, because he's old. He comes in on his bike, comes in, walks up the stairs super slow at the cafe, and legit sits and reads the paper and has a coffee, chills for maybe an hour or two, and then bounces. I mean, he ain't bouncing because he's 85, but he like slowly walks down the stairs, goes outside. Like it takes this man 10 minutes just to unlock his bike and put the chain back on his bike. Unbelievable. I don't mean this in like a diss. Ain't none of this stuff diss tracks, but it's like amazing to see. And you're seeing it all over. You're seeing like a lot of older people take bike excursions. Like I talked to some of these people, and these people are biking from like Haarlem to Amsterdam, and they like 60. There are a lot of people who are who are older, over 60, that are like just super mobile, and that is not common. Like from where I come from, I'm just being real. That's not common to be out riding your bike at like 85. Like that is not common. But man, it is like one of my favorite things to see because, you know, that's what I want to be like, to be honest. I don't want to be just sitting up in the house all the time. I don't know how Americans just sit in the house all the time. Like, what are y'all doing? I mean, I should really say, what are we doing? Because, I mean, yeah, I mean, I know the answer. We're just all working. I know back in America, we all just be working. And then you get off work and you be tired because you just work 3 jobs. But you know what? I understand, man. It's tough times, but I'm just being real. Like, these old people over here, I want to be like them. And now this place right here used to be a big clothing store, but now I would say about 6 months ago, someone put these up. And there's all the characters. Like there's Wally right there, there's Yoda right there, and they just put all these characters up. You know what? The only characters they missing is Dragon Ball Z. Where Vegeta at? Like, come on. Why you, whoever did this, y'all need to come back and put Vegeta on this wall. He's sauce. And also though, this is what I mean though. Look at the architecture around here though. At the same time, like for real, like look how gorgeous this architecture is. And you see the shops are at the bottom with the housing at the top. Like, dang man. Even this building, look at this building. Man. So if you are in Haarlem, just walk down the strip. I'm gonna just call this a strip, like kind of like in Vegas. This is the Haarlem strip. You just walk down the strip and you will see so many beautiful places. Like, and it's like filled with just people. I mean, this is kind of early in the day, but it's usually filled with a lot of people. A lot of tourists though too. So y'all gotta stop coming to my hood. See, speaking of tourists, like look. That whole group right there, tourists. Oh, you know what? Something else too. I forgot. There's like a back when I was growing up in Chicago, they used to have like the Taste of Chicago downtown. I think that this is what all of this stuff is. I think they're doing like the taste or something. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. But I do come to this every year, and it does remind me of the Taste of Chicago. And I just completely forgot that they're doing it. But yeah, see, this is what's going on this weekend. So yeah, they closed off the entire square for a semi-Taste of Chicago, I guess. Taste of Haarlem? That's what I think. But yeah, usually all of this is not usually like this. You can usually go through the strip and then you'll end up right going straight through this way down here, which is where we about to go. Well, no, we actually gonna go, we're gonna go that way. And I kind of actually wish this wasn't like this because I did want to kind of tie it into my next point, which was I did notice that just overall, and this is not even just a summer thing, but there is so much outside seating. Like for every place, it seems like the priority is outside seating. I mean, I honestly think that the only place you won't find like outside seating is like a stand like this one, and people usually just sit outside anyway. I mean, but look, even this boba shop has outside seating. It's not much, but it's there. Or, I mean, at least in Haarlem, the McDonald's. And if nothing, this is something that I really appreciate about just Europe in general, because I have noticed like a lot of Europe countries are like this, but I really appreciate it because I love being outside. Okay, that was a bit weird. I was like, did that whole thing and it was like a girl just looking at me. And now speaking of which, this is my favorite street right here. This is Vormostrat. Look, don't tear me up in the comments if I got that wrong, but this is my favorite street here. Because I know it would be like super busy on my favorite street. Like everybody on my street today. I'm gonna be real, I don't know why this is my favorite street, but it does kind of remind me of like when I was in Japan. Like I went somewhere and it was like cobblestone, super thin, because that's how all the streets are in Japan. They're like super thin too. But this one's like super nice and has like the gorgeous view of the church. Like come on. All right, but yeah, so you walk down the strip and you will end up all the way here. You remember that McDonald's I was talking about that has no outside seating? There, go right there. That's the McDonald's. Now, doesn't have any outside seating, but it is probably the nicest McDonald's I've ever seen in my life. All right, I think we found a place to grab a coffee, and I think we're gonna pull up at this place right here called Mama Soup. Yeah, Mama Soup it is. Now, I've never been here before, but I think it's a great place to talk about. The next thing I noticed when I first moved here, especially in the summer, was that, you know what? Yes. My bad, as soon as I was gonna say it, so she came out and took my order. But yeah, the thing that I noticed was that the Dutch love actually being in the sun versus being in the shade. It is a trip to see. Like if there's a shady area, usually the shady area or the store or the shop or whatever, or the restaurant or cafe, if it's in a shady area, it is less busier than the area that has the sun. Okay, so now you see this? So both of these places have decent coffee. Now, to me, this place has better coffee, but ain't nobody over there sitting outside. The reason is the sun is all over there, so everybody's at that place. Like, it's crazy, and that's the honest to God truth. The Dutch really, really like being in the sun. I mean, it's like they really like the sun. And this is a trip to me because I've just never seen it before. Because remember, Americans don't be hugging the block like that. They don't be outside like that unless, you know, again, you have to go somewhere to be outside. But yeah, if you are in a neighborhood, you will even see the same thing. One side of the street that's sunny and one side of the street that's shady, everybody will be on the sunny side. And now look, don't get me wrong, there are exceptions, but I'm not even joking. Most of the time, like I think right over here is an exception where it is fairly shady, but that restaurant's really good right there. That one right on the corner, it's really, really good. But I'm telling you, man, they love the sun. There are, like, even at the restaurant, it was a restaurant right down there that's super busy, right? No one's inside, everyone's outside. Same with this one too. No one is inside in there. But then also too, what else brings me to, like, this brings up another trip that I like something that just really stood out to me was like in the summer, right? You open your windows and everything to let, you know, air come in, right? Or try to let some cool air come in. Completely normal. But in the winter, look, I have never heard anyone talk about this, but in the winter, I've seen people do the exact same thing. Like, it'll be freezing outside, like the coldest day of the year, right? And you will see people just open up the windows like it's summer. I've been here for almost 4 years. I still don't know why people, like, I see it every year. So look, I have to ask, look, if you are Dutch and if you know why, let me know. Also, I don't know if this is a European thing either, but I have noticed it here a lot. I mean, because I've been here almost 4 years. I just don't know why people do it. Like freaking blizzard outside. And people just like, oh, let me just open up my window. It's as wide as they can go. Oh, you know what? My bad. You know what? I didn't even tell y'all what I ordered. I ordered a frappe iced coffee. And yeah, y'all want, I mean, it's pretty good. Y'all want to get down on this? Go ahead, take a sip. Take a sip. And she was super nice. She said it's usually super sweet, but she was like, nah, you know, if you don't want it sweet, let me know, and I'll make it less sweet. And I was like, thank you. I mean, because hashtag I am trying to watch my sugar intake, but hashtag not really, because I do what I want. All right, but now I got to get back to work. But I did want to say, this place is dope. Mama's Soup. Definitely come check it out. It is in Haarlem. Come check it out. Tell the girl that Sky Money sent you, and I promise you will get a free receipt. But yeah, Mama's Soup, come check it out. All right, now that we had a quick coffee break, we got to get back to work. But my last thing that I know is that still kind of shocks me would have to be when it's super nice out, and you see this a lot in the summer, people will just take off work. And look, I'm not even joking. I mean, they're already working like 4 days a week, but then as soon as the sun come out, and if it's like a good day, like a Friday or even like a Tuesday, man, they will take off quick. People do not play. Like, they could be a doctor could be in the middle of surgery or something, and they'll be like, you know what? The sun's out. I gotta go. Okay, now look, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what it feels like sometimes. Like, sometimes, like literally, like I was out at the park earlier, right? I was walking by, heading in to go to work, and I mean, it had to be like 10:30 or something. I've already started work. I go by the park, and people just chilling in the park, like it's not a work day. Y'all, it's Wednesday. Like, for real, people just chilling. I mean, they be pulling up on boats. They be throwing parties on the water. Look, there's a boat right there coming right at me. But yeah, they will pull up on boats, throw parties on boats. Like, you hear music, then you hear like parties in the park sometimes. And you're just like, really? And like, I'm not even joking. Like, look, I love working, but I just like, what do these people do? And I used to say that all the time until I realized they just living their lives. Like, it's insane to me. That's just the way it is. Like, it's common for you to just take off work if it's like super nice out. But yeah, I mean, again, for the longest time, I found it so strange. And I even said it in a lot of my past videos. I'm like, what do these people do? Well, they could just be off from work and just go chilling in the sun. Like really? Like, and I used to think it was kind of weird, but now I get it. Because you know how I said earlier, like how when I was younger, I went outside all the time. Like even when I was in, I would say, I think it was up until I got my first job that I pretty much just stopped going outside. But up until then, up until I was 16, I was always outside. I love going outside. And so I even remember a couple of times we would skip school just to do things outside. Like, I mean, it wasn't, we didn't do much. I mean, because a lot of us couldn't drive or anything like that, but we would like skip school just to be outside. And that's what it feels like. It feels like when I'm here, right? It feels like when I see people just taking off, right? Like, it's like they take off from work because the weather is extremely nice. It just reminds me of how like the world is kind of like a playground. Jackie Chan said this in like something. I know he said this somewhere, but he said like the world is a playground. So you just gotta, sometimes you just gotta play. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just gotta let go of everything and just enjoy where you at, enjoy the day. And I totally get it. I'm not even joking. I used to think it was weird, but I get it. And now I do have to ask though, like, I wonder, what do you say? Like, for real, I'm just being honest. Like, if I wanted to just take off today and enjoy the sun, what would I say? I'm not gonna take off, just in case anybody from my job is watching. I ain't gonna take off, but I'm just saying, what would I say? Nah, but I'm being dead serious though. Like, let me know. I just want to know what are people saying to just take off for the sun? Like, hey, it's sunny outside. I'm out. Like, is that what y'all doing? Like, that's what's hot in the street? Like, tell me. All right, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys with those things to think about and comment down below. Like, for real, let me know what your thoughts on everything I spoke about down below. I would love to know. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe, because we are heading to the 100K mark. We are getting there. We getting there soon. I could feel it. But you know what too? I can honestly say though that for me, I'm starting to understand a little bit more. So, and I like that. It feels like we dark. But I am learning more about the culture and how people do things and why they do them, which is really nice. I mean, that's pretty much what we in the industry like to call a hero's journey or character development. So yeah, definitely strong character development since being here. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I enjoyed making it. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Whoa, that is broken.